We all wish for a positive future for ourselves, our family, our children, and our community. How about a mindful future that benefits us and the planet? Hi, I'm Anne Marie Emanuelli, Creative Director and founder of Mindful Frontiers, an education based meditation center. Vipassana meditation instruction is my life path, and I believe it's important for families to practice mindfulness together. In this podcast, Welcoming a Mindful Future, I will be sharing easy and accessible mindfulness practices that you can do in your family, no matter the age of your children. Join me and learn how to bring mindfulness meditation into your daily routine. Thanks for being here, and listen up for the next episode. Hello again. This is Welcoming a Mindful Future podcast from Mindful Frontiers. This episode is about changes and transition, specifically transition of seasons. So sometimes this is kind of hard, um, especially for me, going from summer to fall. I get a little bit of grief happening when that green season starts to turn brown. Of course, I love the fall colors, but I know that there's a particular feeling of death coming, and that is in the sense that nature goes dormant, nature goes to sleep in a way over the winter months. And where I live, that means quite a bit of brown. And I sure do love that summer green, the flowers, grass, the green leaves of the trees. However, it is said that the one thing constant in life is change. So transitions are sometimes difficult, and we grow in many ways as we experience times of change. Everything changes from the seasons, our health, our thoughts, our bodies, to our perspectives on life. The way we understood and thought of life as a child is not what we understand as adults. We continue to learn and evolve as humans based on what is going on right now and how we relate to each situation. So, equanimity is a way to work with change that helps us accept transitions with grace and patience. Equanimity is defined as mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. How do we bring mental calmness and composure to difficult situations? Life can be really challenging, and many times it seems we will never make it through. Equanimity helps us bring ease and acceptance into stressful and unpleasant experiences, such so that we are at peace no matter what changes come into our life. In an article in Lion's Roar entitled Finding a Better Balance, author Christiane Wolf writes about how equanimity can protect us from emotional overreaction and allow us to rest in a more balanced perspective. She explains a few things we can do to bring equanimity into how we relate to life. One thing is to be willing and able to accept things as they are in each moment, whether they're challenging, boring, exciting, disappointing, or exactly what we want. Equanimity should not be confused with indifference. Equanimity isn't gritting your teeth or white knuckling it. Rather, it's caring deeply, with acceptance and non-reactivity. Equanimity and mindfulness are closely interwoven and mutually reinforcing. Through mindfulness, we can observe the flow of thoughts, feelings, and sensations in the body without having a knee-jerk reaction. Living life in a conscious way will make us more equanimous over time, but we don't have to leave that up to the worldly winds. We can practice it deliberately. Ultimately, our equanimity isn't only good for us, but also for everyone we encounter. So, how can we practice equanimity? The following practice is a group contemplation on change. We sit together in a circle, and one person shares this following reading, which can be found on my blog or any of my social media for Mindful Frontiers. So this one person reads the reading, shares the reading, while everyone else listens attentively. Then everyone will answer the following questions and discuss together how we can bring equanimity to changes in our daily life. Here's the practice. This practice is entitled Equanimity Contemplation and Meditation, and this is the reading. So sit in a quiet space together as a family if possible, or just by yourself or with a friend. Close your eyes if that's comfortable and open your mindful ears. Change surrounds us. It lies within us too. The trees in the yard have changed. They've grown taller. Their leaves die and scatter on the ground in the fall. We don't resemble our baby pictures much anymore either. Like trees, we've grown up. As babies, we couldn't walk, but we learned to run, ride bikes, go out alone to movies and parties. Some changes we don't notice while they're going on. The snow melts, the birds fly south, our hair grows a little every day. Other changes startle us. A best friend moves away. Perhaps a favorite grandparent dies. These changes we wish hadn't happened, and we have to remember that change is as natural as breathing. We can't keep it from happening, but we can trust that change never means to harm us. It's a sign we're growing up and becoming more resilient. So after hearing or reading this contemplative passage, let's ask ourselves, what changes have we noticed today? Now let's choose one and together or to ourselves explain how we can bring equanimity to that change that we notice. In other words, how can we be mindful of what happened and accept it without getting wound up in despair or overreactivity? This contemplation was inspired by the book Today's Gift by the Hazelden Foundation. Join me again on this podcast, Welcoming a Mindful Future. In the meantime, happy mindfulness and welcome it into your life. Welcoming a Mindful Future is a podcast by Mindful Frontiers, an education-based meditation center located in northern New Mexico. We offer mindfulness and meditation workshops, classes, coaching, and instruction for children, parents, families, classrooms, and individuals. We believe that mindfulness is an important part of welcoming a positive future for ourselves, our communities, and our world. These podcasts are shared freely, and your support helps Mindful Frontiers reach a wider audience. Thank you for your generous donation through this podcast platform.